Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jeff, and welcome to the Tropical Garden Guy channel. Hey, it's that time of year. The cherimoyas are flowering, and a lot of folks are wondering, hey, why is it that I planted a cherimoya tree? It made it through the winter, makes it through the summer, but I never get any fruit. Well, there's a little secret that I want to share with you guys. But first, if you like this channel, click the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Comments and questions, leave them in the comment section below. I do my very best to get back to folks with their comments and their questions. So let me tell you some of the secrets about cherimoyas. Number one, no matter what you hear about cherimoyas not being tolerant of heat and cold, well, they are. At least here in my Modesto, California, Zone 9B climate. The temperatures here see temperatures as low as 25 sometimes, and my cherimoya tree will get a little frost damage, but it seems to do okay, and it doesn't affect the fruiting. Now the summers, we see 110 sometimes, and the trees don't like that, but it makes it fine. I don't shade it, I don't do anything special. I don't cover it during the winter, and I don't cover it during the summer. But the one thing that I do have to do, and that is hand pollinate the flowers. We are just so dry right now, and as you can see, there's a slight breeze. Today's temperature high was about 95 degrees after a low of about 60. So, cherimoyas are a mountain crop, and it's a mountain fruit tree in the tropics, native to southern Mexico and I believe Central America, but I'm not sure about the Central America part. I do know that they're native to Mexico. But as you can see, this big, beautiful tree, it's about 2 years, 2 winters it's went through, and it's loaded with flowers. And I've been doing some pollinating, but some folks have been asking me, they just can't seem to get the pollination down. It's actually fairly simple. So if my camera lady will come in here, I want to bring her into the canopy. And I want to show you, I have some little fruits that are already, I've already hand pollinated them, but I wanted to show this guy right here. First off, what I do is I have a little canister that and a little small paintbrush. But I want to show you right here is a classic example of a male flower. You can see that the flower is opened. And if you look really close, you can see a dark ring. That is what tells me that it's in the male stage. And what we got to do is we've got to get the pollen out from the male flower. And then usually we'll have, there's a couple more up here. I want to get that pollen. Usually in the morning or in the afternoon, I'll have one that's in the female stage. These are all in the male stage. So what I'm doing right now is collecting the pollen. So here's a good example of one that's just starting to almost pass the male stage. But if you see that dark ring, you can get some pollen. But yeah, take a look at some of these we got up here. We've got this guy right here I pollinated a couple days ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago. And it's just progressing right along. So I have some of the anthers in here, and I have some pollen. I don't see any female flower. So here we have a flower in the female stage. Now this is ideal. Now that it's cooling off during the day, you see you have a female flower. The petioles, that's these guys right here. I guess I should call it petal. Anyway, they are swollen. It's all swollen and thick. And you cannot see the ring. That ring holds the stamens and the pollen. This tomorrow will turn into, if it's not pollinated, it will turn into a male flower. Now, in nature, that's backwards for sure. But in the wild, cherimoyas have a certain beetle that will hold on to the pollen. It stays cool and humid all night long, and then it will hold on to the pollen. So yeah, so what you want to do, we want to take our little brush. We've got our pollen on there. See if we can get in there. You just barely want to get in there and just hit it real quick. That's all you have to do. Now probably that tomorrow will be a fertilized Cherimoya flower. So to do a quick summary, Cherimoyas in our climate here in Modesto, California, Zone 9B, is just too dry. And so you pretty much have to hand pollinate to get quality fruit. You want to make sure to get the pollen when the flower is opened up and you can see the little ring. And then you want to collect the pollen at that point. The following day, when you see a flower that's closed like this, the petals are swollen, that's when you want to open it up and put the pollen in there that you saved in the refrigerator overnight. My name is Jeff. If you like this channel, make sure to click the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Comments and questions, leave them in the comments section below. I do my very best to get back to folks with their comments and questions. You have a wonderful day.